Hey guys, it's day 6 of your math challenge given to you guys by your teacher. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and we've got 5 more days left of your 5 problems a day challenge. So let's go ahead and get to it. We are on question number 26, which if you remember from Friday, at the end of last week, number 25 and number 26 are very similar questions. Let's go with orange here, okay, and that we're finding the slope of each line. So we're finding the slope of this line, remembering that slope is represented by m, and it's the change in y over the change in x, or as we most commonly refer to it, the rise over the run. Okay, so let's get the rise over the run here. Let's pick some 2 points. I'm going to pick that negative 2, 2, and 0, 0, because to me those are the easiest points to identify. And I'm going to do my rise first. And so I'm going to start on the left here, and that's a rise of 2. All right, but I actually went down because I went in the down direction, so that's going to be negative 2. So far I've got negative 2 on top here. And then I'm going to run now, and I'm running to the right, and I run 2, which is a positive 2 because I went to the right 2, right? And I'm getting a slope of negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1, okay? All right. Any questions on that? You know, just send your teacher a comment, and they'll send it on to me. All right, number 27. Similar question, except for in number 27, we're finding the slope based off of 2 points that they give us. So remember that the slope is still the change in y, over the change in x. And what that looks like algebraically is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, y2 and x2 being the second pair here. Okay, so x2 and y2. All right, and then y1 and x1 being the first pair here. Okay, or the first point there. Okay, sorry, my y's look a little weird up there. So let's just go ahead and plug this into our formula here. Y2 is 4, so I'm going to do 4 minus, and then y1 is 7. Okay, so 4 minus 7, and then let's get x2 and x1. x2 is negative 9 minus x1, which is 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify that. 4 minus 7 gives me a negative 3. Negative 9 minus 3 gives me a negative 12. Okay, and we can simplify this even further. A negative over a negative gives me a positive, so we've got a positive number. And 3 and 12 have a common factor of 3, so we can reduce both by 3. And we'll get 1/4 as our slope there. All right. Number 28, same type of question, 2 different points. All right, so remember that m is equal to the change in y over the change of x, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so let's label our points. I always make the first point x1, y1, but you can always change it up. It doesn't matter which one you go with. Okay, just as long as they're labeled correctly. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Y2 is 12, so we're gonna go ahead and plug that into our formula. 12 minus, and y1 is a negative 18, so be careful. I would go ahead and put parentheses around that negative 18 so that we don't get our signs confused. Okay, so we've got y1 and y2. Let's go ahead. x2 is actually 15, and on my 15 kind of looks funky, but that's 15 minus, and then my x1 is 11 here. All right, let's simplify that. When I subtract a negative, it's like adding, okay? All right, so it's like adding those 2 numbers together. So 12 plus 18 is going to give me 30, and then 15 minus 11 is going to give me 4. All right, so 4 does not evenly divide into 30, which is totally fine. All right, but we're going to simplify anyway. Both are divisible by 2, so I'm going to get 15 over 2. And I think that's as simple as we can get it. All right, so our m is going to be 15 halves. or our slope is going to be 15 halves. All right, number 29. 29 and 30 are pretty simple. All right, this is asking you, ooh, I forgot my x right there. Let me get that x in there for you. Okay. My x should be right here. Sometimes when I write these down, I forget things. All right, this is the equation of a line in slope-intercept form, okay, where your slope is right here. Okay, and then your y-intercept is right there. It's that b value. So it's asking for the slope of each of the lines. The slope is the number in front of your x, okay? I have some students that would write -3/2 x as their slope, but actually the slope is just -3/2. It's just that coefficient, not including the x, okay? Easy enough. And then number 30, which is your last problem for today, is the same type of problem, right? We've got our equation of the line in slope-intercept form. All right, so we're looking for that number in front of x, all right, which makes our slope 2/3, okay? All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.